This is my MacBook Air. All right, that'll do it for today's episode. Thanks so much for watching. Just kidding. How's it going, guys? This is Quinn, that Snazzy iPhone guy, and this is the video review of the SwiftPoint mouse from FutureMouse.com. I saw this product at CES and was a little bit skeptical. I mean, I saw it perform and it was great and everything, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but really, is there a need for that? Trackpads have gotten so good lately that really you don't need a mouse, especially one of these tiny unportable ones or portable ones that are not comfortable to hold or anything of that type. And I just thought to myself, I'm never going to use a real mouse when I use my MacBook Air or go to class or whatever. And SwiftPoint sent me one of these mice out, and boy, did it greatly change my mind about not even the SwiftPoint mouse, but mice in general. My efficiency on my MacBook Air has increased tenfold, all thanks to this little guy. This has some really cool features, and I'm going to tell you everything about it. Yes, it's a mouse. It's a tiny little devil, and it is available for $69.99. Now, that's a bit of a hard price to swallow initially, but I'll tell you, once you try it out, you'll love it. And if you don't love it, no harm, no foul. SwiftPoint has a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is great to test this out. I guarantee you, after 2 days of using this, you'll swear to yourself you'll never leave it. It's an excellent mouse that honestly is so good it could be a desktop mouse. And I'm going to get into some of the really cool features. Now, it is USB transmitted. So as you can see, there's a little stick here. And we're going to plug this into my MacBook Air. I'll do a demo a little bit later in the video. But it is USB, so it does suck up a USB port, which is a little bit of a shame. But since it's so small, I can let it fly because, it doesn't need a Bluetooth port. The distance between this and the transmitter doesn't have to be super close. You can do it on the table right next to you or, a couple feet away, and it'll transmit just fine. Now, to charge this, you can take this little battery right here. There's this little thing right here, and all you need to do is dock it right there when you're not at a weird angle. There you go. You stick it on. You'll see that the green LED starts to flash, and that indicates that it's charging. Now, the great thing about this mouse is it will go for 2 to 4 weeks without the need for a charge. And I can tell you this right now, I've used it for almost a month and haven't charged it once. One of the great things about charging this is a full charge takes about 6 to 8 hours, but they also have a feature called rapid charge. All you need to do is charge it for 30 seconds, and this mouse will work for over an hour. That's pretty cool. I mean, the fact that you can throw this on for 30 seconds and it works 60 times longer than the duration in which you charged it. No, it'd be 120 times longer than the duration in which you charged it. It's just phenomenal, and I love the compatibility and the just ease of use with this. Now, I'm going to show you the mouse right here. This is where your main finger goes. You hold it much like you would a pencil. Main finger here, second finger to do the clicking, and the third finger just gently grasps this pad. That's all there is to it. And there's a lot of movability in here, and you don't really need to move these fingers. You move it just like you would a regular mouse, back and forwards. And there are a couple features about this mouse that are brilliant. Now, the first one is the main click. It's not this one, it's this one. And this button goes all the way down to here on the mouse. So you can click this anywhere you want, and that will activate a click. So when you're on a slope or you're on an incline or you just grab it, you can click, no problem, straight to that button. It's natural, it's easy, it's there. Now, the secondary button, you don't have to move back to hit it. You can just simply move back and push pressure right here. So main click, secondary click. See that motion? There's not a whole lot. You don't have to move over like you do on a regular mouse. It's brilliant. I love it. Now, those are the main clicks. Main button, second button. This is the scroll wheel. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can actually physically scroll it with your finger back and forth, or if you tilt the mouse on an angle, you can actually drag the mouse across your laptop or your computer or wherever you are, and that will act as a scrolling momentum. So again, you're clicking away, you need to scroll. It's a lot easier than having to move your finger and go like this. You just go with I love it. It's brilliant and well thought out. And I am going to do a demo of it on screen because there are 2 features that are a little bit weird at first, but they're brilliant ideas in retrospect, and I'm super glad that SwiftPoint enabled them. The first one is to choose north. You're allowed to select which way you want it to go, in which direction, and I'll explain why you'd want to do that in a second. And the second really cool feature is the fact that this mouse has the ability to prevent you from moving it if your fingers aren't in a certain position. I'll get to that in a minute. It's brilliant. So let's get started with a hands-on demo of the SwiftPoint mouse. All right, so as I said, one of the great features about the SwiftPoint mouse is it has two really cool features. Before we touch on that, I want to point out this pad that's on my MacBook. They send you this with every SwiftPoint mouse, and you can cut it down to your trackpad size, but it just gives you a little bit more of a versatile workspace, and it also allows you to use this. Now, the bottom of the SwiftPoint mouse is magnetic, and when you move it onto the top of this gray pad, it'll stick. So you can move your MacBook on pretty severe angles, and this mouse isn't going to go anywhere, which is really nice to see. So if you need to slide it into the middle to do some typing, it'll stay there, it won't move, and that's great. I really like that feature. Again, this is not necessary. You don't need to put this on for the SwiftPoint mouse to work, but that is an option. Now, here's the two cool features I wanted to talk about. The first one being, you have the ability to select north on the mouse. So let's say I have my arm in, my MacBook Air is on my lap, okay? Now, I could move it like this, but I'd have to put my arm in kind of an awkward position to get the mouse to move north. However, if I naturally tilted my arm in this fashion with the mouse being this way, I still have to go like sideways to go up, and it's a little bit non-intuitive and it's kind of weird. However, if you set north, you can actually choose which way it goes. So I'm going to put it in this position right here. You have to hold both buttons simultaneously for like 8 seconds. It's quite a while, and you'll see the cursor jumps to the bottom of the screen. Okay, now I move up with my mouse, and as you can see, that's set it. So now, this way, sideways, is straight up. So I can be at this angle, and it's a lot more easy to use. It's just a great feature that I really never thought of as a problem before, but now that I see it, I'm so glad it's there and implemented into this mouse. It's brilliant. Now, the other second feature that's really cool, I'm going to reset north back to the way it was before because I'm in the position in which I want it. Slide it up, and it initiates. The other feature that's really cool is this black pad right here actually has some sort of capacitive or some sensor in it that detects whether or not your finger is on it or even really closely near it. So what I mean is, as you can see, if I grab the mouse like you should, the cursor moves great. But if I pull my finger off, the cursor doesn't move anywhere. It will only move if there's a finger on that black sensor pad. So this is great. So if I'm typing and I need to go to type and I have my cursor in the right place, I pull my finger off and I can move this right up to the pad and start typing, or I can throw this into, I do this all the time. I'll start a movie and then I'll throw it in the magnetic field right here, and my cursor doesn't move. In the meantime, you pull it off and nothing will move. It's great. It's a brilliant idea and it's super well executed. All in all, I love the SwiftPoint mouse. It's really well done. I didn't think I needed one initially. I thought it was a little cheesy, thought it was for people that didn't know how to use a mouse correctly, but after having used it, I absolutely love it and can recommend it to absolutely anyone. It's great for notebooks. It's made for notebooks, but it also works great for desktops. It's a surprisingly interesting mouse that is super comfortable and ergonomic despite its very microscopic size. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to SwiftPoint for sending one out for review and for sending an extra for you to win. That's right. All you need to do is leave a comment below, and next week I'll choose the winner in one of my videos to get their very own brand new in-box SwiftPoint mouse. Thanks so much to SwiftPoint. Once again, check them out at futuremouse.com. Leave a comment below to win. And also go ahead and pick one up for your own at SwiftPoint's website, futuremouse.com. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.